Why is Daly obsessed with Jojo and Chris wanting to win Big Brother? Celebrity Big Brother episode 9. Trish was in the diary room saying that when she first went into the house, her and Chesney were really close and they made an alliance. But over the past couple of days, she felt like it was distancing himself from her and he was talking to Angelica more. Little did she know that Chesney actually nominated her. So she went to speak to him about it and he says, "I'm really sorry you feel that way, it wasn't deliberate." And then he went into the diary room and he was saying that he felt really bad. And obviously, he feels like he's lying to her face. And he says, "I hope that if she gets evicted and she sees that I nominated her, that she doesn't think I don't like her, because I think she's really lovely." And I actually felt really bad for him. On night 1 of the season, they had the Big Brother Super Secret Game Show, and some of them got prizes. And Jojo picked a butler for Trisha, and tonight it was going to expire, so she chose Chesney to be her butler. She named him Hawkington, and he wore this white sparkly waistcoat, and they did his hair back with a wee glittery curl on it, and a glittery belt and glittery boots. And I actually think he was living life. On that night, Mickey had chose for Chris to get a takeaway dinner, and when he ordered it tonight, he ordered 11 dishes, and he got to choose somebody to take in with him. And at the time he was like that, I don't know if I should go with my head and my heart, because I want to take Jojo, but it could be Jack's last night, so I think I'll take him. And he made this whole situation about it, right? He took Jojo to the side and he was like, "Oh, I really wanted to take you, but it's like, you know, if your girlfriend wants to go to the football with you and the lads want to go to the football with you and you want to go with your girlfriend, but like you kind of have to go with the lads." And Jojo's just like, "I'm not your girlfriend." I actually don't even think she cared, but she was winding him up and she says, "Oh, like, no big deal, but like this will be remembered." But he just made like such a thing out of it, like way more than what he should have. And I actually think that it was nice that he included Jack, because it's shown that he's actually trying to make an effort with other people in the house as well. He had previously been in the diary room talking about him and Jojo's relationship, and he was saying if she wasn't in the house, he would be gutted, and that she's his person in the house. And he says it's like when you go to a party and you don't know who's going to be there, and you see that one person and they light up the room and they just make everything better. And it really annoys me that a lot of people are saying that their relationship is romantic, because he was sitting stroking her back and they squeeze each other's spots and stuff like that. That is not strange to me for friends to be like that. It doesn't come across as romantic to me whatsoever. I have said this in other videos before, I've had many friends like that in the past. And let's just say Jojo wasn't a lesbian or hadn't come out as a lesbian and she was lying doing that with another girl. Would people then think that that was romantic? Because I've been like that with loads of girlfriends and guy friends. It just makes no sense to me. People are just thinking that there's a romantic connection. It's not there, in my opinion. Danny got his treat, which was like a beauty day, but basically it was just that he had face masks and stuff like that. And he got to choose somebody to go in with him, and he chose Angelica. But they were sitting and they had been gave these cucumbers. And he was like, "Oh, it's snacks." He didn't even realise you had to put them on your eyes. I seen a video this morning of Olivia Atwood talking about Chris and Ella in the house, and she says, "I know Ella for being on The Only Way is Essex, and obviously that's her ex." And she was saying 100% they're going to hook up in the house. I know the two of them, you heard it here first. She couldn't be more wrong. But Danny was saying to him, "Did you have sex with somebody in the Love Island house?" And Ella was like, "He did." She didn't even give him a chance to answer, she just jumped right on it. The way she done it I thought was quite nasty. Like, he was there to answer the question himself, and then he was saying, "Aye, but at the time we didn't realise that there was cameras in the room, you couldn't see them, we didn't know that people were watching, we didn't know that they were going to show it or whatever." And that's all fine and well, right? But like, why did Ella feel the need to just be like, "He did"? Like, aye, alright, you can fucking speak for yourself. Another thing that I don't really understand is so many people are saying, "Oh, Ella's raging because she's stunning and she obviously thought Chris was going to fancy her or whatever, and she's raging because he's friends with Jojo." And I'm not trying to like put two women against each other or whatever, but I think Jojo is way better looking than Ella. Am I the only person that thinks that? And also, regardless of how stunning you are, that's not why people are attracted to you. It might be an initial attraction, but most of the time it's going to be personality. And she has made it clear several times that she supposedly doesn't fancy Chris. Even though when she talks about Jack or Daly or any other man, she doesn't add into the sentence, "Oh, I don't fancy him" or anything. but when she talks about Chris, she says it every single time. It's bizarre. Trish, Patsy and Daly were talking about the good old days when they had jobs when they were kids, and I'm talking like 8 and 11 years old. And I'm thinking, that does not sound good. Like, kids don't have a life as it is. When I hear older people saying, oh, back in the day when I went to school, the snow was up to your waist and you'd still have to walk to school, they didn't close the school. And that doesn't make it okay. Like, mum will all send their 8-year-olds out to work in a fucking sausage factory. What the fuck? Like, when Mickey got asked to leave the house, it was mostly older people that I noticed saying he didn't do anything wrong. And I was like, no, this isn't 1970. The show's got a duty of care. He squared up to somebody and he threatened them. If that happened to you in your work, and then your work didn't get rid of them, and then they ended up hitting you, that is a massive claim. It's as if a lot of older people don't understand health and safety. They don't really understand anything. And okay, like back in the day, that was acceptable. But it's 2025, we can't be doing that now. And this isn't me like trying to take down older people, but it's just the fact it's like, oh, I had a job when I was 8 years old. That's not a good thing. Obviously, Trish got evicted yesterday, so this all happened before that. But what a lot of people are saying now is that Patsy goes on about missing home and wanting to go home so much that they think that she actually wants to stay. Because when she was told that she was going, Patsy had a look on her face like, yay. And now she's in the diary room saying, oh, I really like being here, obviously I miss my kids. And a lot of people are thinking that she's playing a game. Jojo was doing the dishes and she was saying, oh, I'd really like to stay at the end. And Dale was like, oh, of course she'd like to win. But when Trish was saying that she'd like to stay at the end, a few times, never once did they say to her, oh, you'd like to win. He's obsessed with Chris and Jojo wanting to win because they're reality TV people. But yet he's never said that about Ella either. Not that we've seen anyway. I don't really know what his game is. Right, so something that I wanted to address the other day but I forgot, and then somebody left a comment about it, was some of the things that Tiffany's been saying on Late and Live. The other day, Tiffany was basically saying that Jojo and Chris fancy each other and that Jojo's got this pent up tension or whatever it was. I can't remember exactly what she was saying, but even at the time I was thinking that's a bit out of order for her to say that, because Jojo has clearly stated that she only likes women. And I know that she's got no filter and she comes out with things, but at the time I even thought that's not really right for her to say that. And Trish actually put a stop to it and she did this long-winded speech about it, right? But what she was basically saying is, you can't really say that when Jojo's saying she's a lesbian. Now, I know many people are going to say to me, oh, stop being woke or whatever, but I'm just putting it out there that she's been saying some things that has been funny at the time, but then once I've put the show off and I've thought about it, and I've thought, if that was a man saying that, would we be laughing? Because the other day she was talking about Jack. I don't know what even made her think it, but she said something like, oh, look at him, he wears his hair to the left, he knows what he's doing, like when he's down in the nether regions, he knows what spot to hit. And it was just like a random comment. But then after it, I thought, imagine a man was on there in the panel and he said that about a girl. Would people be laughing? Then the night she was talking about him again and she says, oh, I love Jack. I love a guy with a skinny dick, right? And she says, oh, I like him to know what he's doing, but I don't like him to do any damage. And then Will says, oh, we can't make any comments about his dick or whatever, right? And imagine a man said that. Imagine a man says, oh, I like a girl with a tight whatever. Or a comment like that. It just wouldn't be accepted. And I'm not trying to make a problem out of nothing here, but it's just so many double standards. I talk about double standards with women all the time. It really annoys me. Then later on she said something about, oh, I want to lick his bumhole. It's like gravy and rice or something. And okay, she was joking and being funny, but again, imagine Mickey didn't get chucked out the house, he got evicted, and he was on there saying that about Ella or Jojo. People wouldn't be laughing. Anyway, let me know what you thought of tonight's episode. Overall, it wasn't that great, but tomorrow's nominations. And if you like speaking about Big Brother or like watching my rants, give me a follow. I'm trying to get to 10,000 followers. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye!